So as the assistant superintendent, I am overseeing teaching and learning and inclusive services. And what's really nice about that, it's really bringing all sides of the house together so that we have a coherent and inclusive way of supporting all of our students across the district. As we are doing this work, there are three priorities that are guiding our work. One is that we want to ensure that there's high quality instruction. And two, we want to make sure that we have manageable workloads for our staff so that as they work with the students, they can truly focus on instruction and connecting with students and families. And lastly, we want to make sure that there's consistency in our students and family experience. And so as we are walking through these discussions and making decisions and planning for the fall, those are the core tenets of our work.
This is an ever-changing situation, and as we have better data from the Department of Health, from our state OSBI, as well as CDC, we're shifting priorities and shifting practices to make sure that, first and foremost, that students and staff are safe, that they have little risk of getting COVID by attending school. As we work through this really complex project, we've realized some things about what we had initially thought about the start of school, that the complexities and our resources didn't match. And so now we're having to really rethink how we match resources to the problem at hand. And as we presented to the school board this last week, we recognized that we weren't going to be able to provide the same school that kids were used to starting school last year. So we've decided to move forward with an online option for families. And what that online option means for all families, regardless of the choices that you'll be asked to make in the next few weeks, is that we are going to provide a high-quality Anacortes educator, a certificated teacher that your kids know, that they honor, that they appreciate, that you'll know, that you'll honor, and they're going to connect with you as a family to make sure that your kids are successful this year. Our educators are highly dedicated to the cause of teaching and helping your child do their very best work. So that won't change. Whether we were in school in the physical setting or school at home through the computer and through offline and paper activities, that won't change. Our educators are going to be dedicated to your child.
So this summer I've been working on plans to see how we can provide supports to students that are language learners, receiving special ed services, have a 504, or just in some way need some type of additional support. So it could also be our Title and LAP students as well that we're looking at that. And we're just looking at how, with what we're planning as we move forward with either a remote system or a hybrid system, that they get the supports they need. So a lot of this we are working on is in some ways a one-to-one, so that it's looking at students individually for what their needs are, as opposed to thinking of here's one broad plan that is one size fits all, because we know that's not going to work. Unfortunately, we are in a position where everything is changing. The guidance is changing continuously, so it's been an ever-evolving process right now. And while I would love to say here is the answer for your child or here is the answer for this group of students, we are still working on bringing it all together.
One of the challenges that we face in reopening schools for in-person instruction this fall is the needed health screening that would be required for students to enter our building. As you can imagine, as students get on their bus every day, they have to be health screened before they enter their bus. And then as students come into the building from their own personal cars or from walking or biking or carpooling into our buildings, those students also have to be health screened, which early estimates show that that could take up to 3 hours just for one building to screen our students. And this is just one of the challenges that we face as a district in providing in-person instruction for our students, keeping in mind the health and safety of everyone in our buildings.
I'm excited that this fall we've done a lot of work this summer to really streamline our services and offerings through technology. We're excited to launch a new product to all of our students and all of our families called Launchpad. It's going to be a single sign-on portal where you can access all of the resources for all of your child's classes. It's unique to each child, so students will be able to access everything from their email to the video conferencing platforms we're using, to the content that they're using in their classrooms, to Schoology. All of those things will be launched through the Launchpad portal on the Chromebooks. We're also excited that in the next few weeks, that Launchpad, when it's ready, is going to automatically roll out to all of the Chromebooks throughout the district. So there's nothing that families need to install or do. All they'll need to be able to do is log in with their student's username and password. We'll also be working on changing passwords district-wide. We do this every year. So you'll be receiving communications soon as school gets closer to do those password resets. For those families who are new to the district or perhaps chose not to check out a Chromebook, we'll be doing Chromebook checkouts right before school starts the week before September 14th. Be looking on the district webpage for that information. Our program is going to be a mix of online and offline activities, and we'll be supporting teachers in creating those paper-based resources that you need. We replaced copiers and equipment throughout the district this summer to make those machines more accessible to teachers so that they can prepare those packets so we can get them out to you in a timely fashion to work with the activities that you're doing. So lots has been happening. It's the work of the tech levy that we had planned before, but it's ever more urgent now than ever before to make sure that all of our families have all of the resources they need and they're not struggling to find different apps and resources provided by their teacher. So look forward to Launchpad and more information coming soon.